Alright, guys. Yeah. What? Women's studies. Do we really have to go to that? Where's that going to be held? The classroom or the locker room? Ah! Is it? Yeah? Alright, whatever. Hey, gang. How's it going out there? How you doing? Welcome back to another after-school adventure. Oh, boy. Make sure I can see you all. I'm Rad Raz, and man, was school rough today. I had this history exam, right? And I knew I was going to bomb it. So last night, I wrote all the answers on the bottom of my sneakers. But the crazy thing is as I was writing it, I started to absorb all the answers. So the next thing you know, when I got home, or when I got to the test and started taking it, I knew everything, and I aced it. But unfortunately, as I was turning it in, my crafty teacher, Mr. DeWitt, saw all the answers on my feet. He gave me a 0, called in my parents, accused me of cheating, and after I finally convinced them that I knew the answers, they allowed me to take a makeup test, but of course, this time, I had to take it in my underwear. Isn't that weird? That's school for you, right? But enough about school. This is not about school. School is behind us. We only have so much time before mom and dad show up from work and ruin everything. So let's sit back and have a good day watching cartoons, playing video games, doing a little show and tell, and even having a snack. Today's cartoon we're going to be celebrating is G.I. Joe, the Great American Hero. Now here's a show I didn't watch much as a kid, if not at all, to be honest. This is one that everybody got into, all my friends, and they all had the toys. Me, I was more of a video game guy, so I stuck to more Disney-oriented stuff and Captain N. So G.I. Joe always kind of felt by the wayside. But, I mean, you can't celebrate after school without taking some time for G.I. Joe, because everybody loved it. All the guys in school absolutely loved it. And if you take a look at the show itself, and actually some of the merchandise that came from the show, you'll understand why this was such a great concept. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to get into it right now. Let's turn on the TV and watch a little bit of G.I. Joe. Not much setup here. The cool thing about G.I. Joe is there were all these, it was basically an army, but it was an army of guys who all got to wear their own outfits and approach things their own different way. It wasn't, like everybody 10 Hut, everybody's got to shave their head. It was an army with personality. Okay? So that's a prime example of what we're going to see here today. This is a scene called Beachhead Training. There's basically a drill sergeant named Beachhead who's going to be taking some recruits through some G.I. Joe training. So let me get my chair here. Oh my God, and I almost forgot. Our snack of the day, because I'm getting hungry. Our snack of the day comes from KPC X Assassin 2K. And let's see what he sent us here today. Uh-oh. He sent us some fruit roll-ups. Remember these? We got some good flavors here. You got Strawberry Sensation. You got Tropical Tie-Dye. And Cherry Orange Wildfire. That one sounds amazing. And he said, in addition to wash it all down with, he would always have some Kool-Aid. So look at this. You remember Kool-Aid and these little handy dandies? Wow, this is great. You would pay extra for that just so you wouldn't have to mix it. All right, let's get to the cartoons. Thanks, KPCX Assassin 2K for the snack. If you want to suggest a snack, you can send it as a whisper to Twitch or gmail.com, or gamingalien@gmail.com, whatever. All right, so let's get to it. Let's watch a little G.I. Joe, shall we? All right, let's get started.
I want a stone cold righteous attention. Your chin is down. Your chest out.
How do I open this thing?
Your gut in. Your face mean. Cause you're a rough, tough fighting machines. Thank you.
I don't think I did that right.
Pleasure to see that one of you is a real trooper.
What's the matter, man?
Let's look sharp, eh, compadres?
Hey, compadre. You got a ninja, you got a basketball player.
Don't you call me sweetheart.
What a great army.
You 6 rawhides, you're gonna learn soldiering. And, hey, there's only 5 of you. Where is that gold-plated goof-off, Lieutenant Falcon?
Terrific question.
Mayor said he had some errands to do. Go to the Taylor Wallpaper's Foot Locker. Weird stuff.
Wallpaper's Foot Locker.
I think he had a date or something.
Now, I'm gonna see what you rawhides are really made of.
You rawhides.
You 2 rawhides will love this little training
Rawhides.
exercise. All you gotta do is get from here to there and ring that bell. But watch out for surprises.
Big deal. I got kicked out of kindergartens with tougher playgrounds than this.
Cut the macho tunnel rat. Now do it!
Oh man, Beachhead. Not screwing around. This guy's first day.
All right.
Big Law makes his move.
What's his name, Big Law?
Big Law goes for the gold.
Big Law.
Whoa.
Whoa.
He cuts cross court, sidestepping the opposition.
Does his own color commentary. I like that.
He executes a perfect 10 dive. The goal line is inside. Breaks free near the end zone.
Oh.
Fakes out the defense and lays down the long bomb. It's looking good. Great
Oh.
shot. Will it drop in?
Drop in! Nice. He punched it.
Big Loud scores. And the crowd goes bananas.
He punched it.
The crowd ain't the only thing that's going bananas.
Beachhead's a traditionalist.
Front and center, Law! Somewhere in this village is a time bomb set to go off in 5 minutes. Find it and dispose of it.
No problem, Beachhead.
What's that bow wow doing here?
That's my dog, Order.
Order.
He's trained to sniff out explosives. Order, seek.
This is supposed to be your test, Law.
Hey, law and order's a team, man.
Law and
He
order.
finds the bombs, I drive the car. We tried the other way, but it didn't work.
Duh. Well, looks like my apartment.
Come here, boy.
But he's bringing the bomb back. Get out of here! Give me that.
Beachhead's having like the worst day ever. These fruit roll-up are amazing.
Let go, you dumb dog.
Sticky but amazing.
Give it to me. Good fella.
Get rid of that thing.
Oh!
We thought you were playing, Beachhead. He's usually quite obedient.
I hope you both get fleas.
How do you get this stuff off here? There we go.
All right, Chuckles, the object of this exercise is simple. Draw a bead on that hiss and blow it to kingdom come.
He's got a good shirt.
Chuckles, wake up! You gotta get hit before it gets you!
This is awesome.
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Next time, Chuckles, use the rocket launcher.
My hands are so
Why
sticky.
aren't you dueling Lieutenant Falcon?
He didn't show. Guess he was too chicken to take me on.
Either that or he heard you're one bad luck lady.
Who says so?
Everybody, the word is when you're around, things go wrong.
Yeah, well, they usually turn out right in the end.
What in blue blazes are you doing?
Sparring. Any problem with that?
Yeah, your eyes. Keep them open.
But I...
Mouth closed, eyes open.
Yes, sir.
And don't call me sir.
I'm Beachhead. Ooh. Bogus.
Pathetic. Don't bother to unpack. You ain't staying here long.
Care to try it again? My way? As my blind ninja master used to say. The keenest eye is that which looks inward.
Awesome.
Yay! See what I mean?
All right, that was pretty cool. Good show, huh? I love everybody's got like their own thing. How about Law and Order, huh? Maybe if you were allowed to do things like that in the real army, there'd be more people enlisting. Okay, let's do some show and tell. I could show and tell like all day. I mean, I actually had some vehicles back here. Did I collect these things as a kid? No, these are toys I've just picked up here and there for $1 or $2 at Goodwill. Generally, they're pieces. There are pieces missing, but as far as I'm concerned, that gives these character. These were a pain to pull out of my garage because there's spiders everywhere. So if you see any spider webs on these things, just imagine that the G.I. Joes have dealt with a giant spider army. I've got some small pieces here just to show you, give you an example of how fun these toys were. The real fun part of them were the details. I don't know what these are called. I don't know what this plane is called. So it's a I know it's a Cobra vehicle because it's got a Cobra sticker there. I don't know if you can see that. It's got a Cobra sticker there. But you know, look at all of the various decals that came onto one of these. You have one here that says cover lift, jet intake, manual canopy release. Just a whole. Does this come out? No, I don't think so. But I mean, the wings would go up and then they come down when you're in fighter mode. Looks like there's I've got one wheel. The other one's missing. So she probably had some pretty bumpy landings. I believe there was some sort of, top there. But they're still pretty amusing to check out if you find these for cheap. Are these worth anything? No, it really comes down to condition. And all the ones that I find are completely trashed. But I still find them amusing because they just weren't something I experienced back in the day. Let's see another one here. This is a hovercraft of sorts. If I were to guess, I would guess that this attached to another bigger, somebody named JV. Put their name there. This is the Joe vehicle. And I don't have any G.I. Joes save one guy who's he's back there. See him there? His innards are so decayed that he's almost ready to. I'll just show you. This was the bad thing about these G.I. Joe. Oh man, just take the whole thing. He's actually holding on. He's gripping that gun. Isn't that cool? Let me take him off here. This is the big problem with G.I. Joe figures, is eventually that innard, their spinal cord would decay. So he doesn't go around much anymore. As for who was piloting this hovercraft here, I didn't have any other G.I. Joes. So yes, that is Captain Kirk in this little hovercraft. All right, one more piece. This is the one I found for 50 cents in a little plastic baggie. And I think it's one of the coolest toys. It's the smallest Cobra vehicle in history. I forgot what it's called. It's like the Viper or something. I don't know. But it's it's an exoskeleton. So that guy who's got the dissolving body back there, maybe we could put him in here and he'll be okay. This thing actually opens up you'll notice there's a seam there in the middle. So you can stick a figure in there, and then all of a sudden he's total badass on the field. So that's pretty cool, huh? How about that? All right, I could go on and on about the toys. If you see them for cheap, you know, it's always fun to grab them and fool around with them. And again, I like that they're broken. I think that adds character. This piece back here is a mobile missile carrier that has no missiles. This is basically, what are you going to do with it now? Well, it's got one mounted gun. I guess it's an assault vehicle. All right, now, the coolest thing that ever came out for, as far as G.I. Joe is concerned, is the NES game. Believe it or not. This game is incredible. I play this game a lot. It's made by Taxon, a company that usually doesn't make that great of stuff. But when I got hold of this license, man, it was perfect. We have our audio. So what are we doing here? Okay, here we go. Alright, good morning, men. Yeah. Basically, we're going into Cobra Command headquarters in the dead of night. We're going to get in there. We're going to infiltrate their command. We're going to lay some bombs, blow the place up, and get the heck out of there. Alright? But first, we got to choose our team. Now, the commander of the team for this mission is Duke. Okay? So we got to pick 2 more team members of the other Joes. So you got a whole bunch of Joes here. And you can mix and match them. And that's pretty cool, huh? So we're going to pick Snake Eyes. No mission's going to be complete without Snake Eyes. And then I'm also going to pick Captain Gridiron. He's armed with a football-shaped... a football grenade launcher. That's it. Grenades that are shaped like footballs. Alright. Mission 1. So we're going in with Duke. You guys see this okay? I almost feel like it's too dark. No, it's fine. It's okay. So we got out of a vehicle, because a big part of G.I. Joe's vehicles, right? Now, the neat thing about this game is you actually have a gun, but you can actually punch, too. A lot of games didn't have that. You do have limited ammo. You pick up rations for health. Oh. And you'll notice at the bottom... Oh. You'll notice at the bottom there's 3 different health lines. Now, I can't reach that gun, so I'm going to pull out Snake Eyes who can jump a little higher. And unlike Duke, who fights with his fists, Snake Eyes can actually come in with the sword. So that's pretty awesome. Alright, we're going to go back to Duke for now, though. And the reason I want to play as Duke is the guns that we were picking out, the gun icons, actually level your weapon. So I want to try and get Duke's weapon up to level 2. Oh. I'm trying to move quick here. You gotta love the guys jumping in for the foreground. That's something that was rarely seen on the NES. It usually wasn't a big deal until like SNES days that you'd see that. But now look, I powered up my gun, so now Duke is shooting 3 bullets instead of 2. So that's pretty awesome. But you gotta be careful, because if he dies, he's out for the whole mission. You guys remember this thing? Another great thing about this game is it had some of like the most iconic vehicles. Now I didn't have G.I. Joe. Is that looks like this thing here looks a lot like that plane we were looking at earlier. Doesn't it look like this? Do you think? No? Alright, fair enough. Okay, we've reached the headquarters. Now we gotta find the place to plant the 2 bombs so we can blow up the headquarters. So, Joe, you think you're pretty tough? I'm waiting. Alright, now let's go in with Snake Eyes. The cool thing about Snake Eyes is in addition to his sword, is he doesn't have a gun. He prefers to use his ninja magic. So what does that mean? That means, well, we've got a ranged attack here that has no ammo. So Snake Eyes is a really valuable guy to have on your team. Because, you know, if a guy like Duke or Captain Gridiron run out of ammo, they're like useless. You know, they're punching. Alright, so let's go. Alright, we got both the bombs in. Oh. Of course, it's boss time. Oh boy. I think I made a mistake. I didn't get enough power-ups before we came in here. I mean, there's only so much time before Mom and Dad get home. And I want to try and complete the mission here. Before we have to say goodbye. Ooh. Oh! Alright, not hanging out on that side anymore. Captain Gridiron, you're in. Die! Ah! Oh no. I should have taken the time to get the power-ups. I was lazy and look where it got me. Oh no! Are you kidding me? There's no way. There's no coming back for them. It's all Snake Eyes. Alright, I'll tell you what. Let's get crazy. Let's get the sword out. Oh! Now I have to go with ranged. I can't believe I lost that. I win this every time. Every time. Do I ever succeed on this show? Alright, we're done with G.I. Joe. That's a great game, though. The fact that you pick your guys and you level up their weapons. It's, man, definitely one of the best NES licensed games out there. So check it out if you have an NES. Highly suggest it. And I bought it before I knew anything about G.I. Joe. And absolutely loved it. So, all right, before we go, let's head on back here to the creepiest, cutest part of the show, where we consult our show's sidekick, Penny, the paralyzed puppet. Today we're going to be talking to Penny. She's always here with Penny's incorrect tip of the day. Let's see what Penny has to say for all of us here. Penny says, no look street. Go! All right. Sweetheart, can we... There we go. Okay. She's a sunny girl. I think what she's trying to say, what Penny's trying to say here is, whoever told you looking both ways before crossing the street, they're out of their mind. There are vehicles out there in the road. You don't take your time looking one way or the other. You got to get across there as soon as possible. Okay? Get over there. And on top of it, you have no idea what's on the other side of that road. Once you're there, once you're in the middle of the road, you're committed. So if you're not looking ahead at you to see what you're about to encounter when you get on the other side of the street, and it's like like a pro wrestler or a ninja or something, you're screwed. So I would say, or Penny would say, move on, keep going, as fast as you can across any street that you encounter, and focus on whatever's on the other side, because that could potentially be where the real danger is. All right. Thank you, everybody, for showing up for another exciting after-school adventure. Sadly, I can hear Mom pulling up the driveway. I can already hear her saying, why aren't the dishes done? I've got to work on my homework, and then I got to go to bed early because I got school in the morning. But hey, at least we had this time together to have a blast. Thank you everyone for coming, and we will see you next time, me and Penny, here on After School Adventures.